credit is so important because we need credit for honestly everything. Buying a car, buying a phone, renting an apartment, getting a mortgage. Most of us don't start out with credit. We have to build it over time. And one of the most common ways to build your credit is to get a credit card and take out debt. But what if you don't want to go into debt to build your credit? Or what if you're lacking the good credit that you need to even qualify for this debt? If either of those scenarios fit your situation, definitely stick around. I want you to know that you do have options. So today we are talking about how you can build credit without getting into debt. So my name is Sabrina Rainique, and on this channel we live a life that we love while planning for a life that we want, all through personal finance, travel, and lifestyle. So if you like videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to like, and let's get into the video. One of the first things that you can do is have your rent payments reported to credit bureaus. So if you have been making on-time payments for your rent, all of those on-time payments reported to the credit bureaus, that's really going to show your credit worthiness. On-time rent payments are not typically reported to credit bureaus. You will need to request that your rent payments are reported to credit bureaus through your landlord or through rent reporting services. Now, this can be free or it can cost you up to $100 a year. However, your rent payments can be reflected on all major credit bureaus. Once those on-time rent payments have been reported to the credit bureaus, they'll be able to put that on your credit report, which will then translate to changes to your credit score. Now, one thing to note is that older versions of your FICO score do not incorporate your rental payment. However, newer versions of your FICO score do report your rental payment. And again, you can ask your landlord if they can report your on-time payments to these credit bureaus, or you can research reporting services that you can utilize independently. Another thing that kind of falls into the same realm and that is pretty interesting is that you can look into reporting your on-time payments for your phone bill and your utility bills as well, because that can potentially increase your credit also. One of the easiest ways for you to increase your credit score without getting into debt is being added as an authorized user on someone else's account that has great credit. So as an authorized user, you will essentially be piggybacking off of someone else's credit. If that person who has added you as an authorized user, if they have a long credit history, if they have a high credit score, if they make all the payments on their credit cards on time, all of that is going to reflect in your credit score. As an authorized user, you do have access to make purchases with that person's account or card. However, you don't have an obligation to actually pay the balance. Now, I know some people are probably like, I don't want someone having access to my card. So when you are an authorized user, you don't have to have access to someone's card. It's just an option. So you can be added to someone else's account as an authorized user and benefit from their great credit, benefit from their long credit history. However, they don't have to give you an actual, physical card to their account. So there'll be no way for you to use or purchase things with their card. If you want to be the authorized user on someone else's account, you do want to be careful with who you choose, because the same way that you benefit from their good credit, if that suddenly changes or their credit diminishes, yours will also. So be careful with who you choose. So the next thing you can do is take out a credit builder loan. Don't let the word loan scare you off just yet. So with a credit builder loan, you borrow maybe $1,000, and these funds are secured by the bank in a CD, for example. So you make payments on that loan for a period of time, and once you've made all your payments towards that loan, the funds are released back to you along with any other interest you may have earned. Basically paying into a fund, and at the end of that payment, you're going to get all of that money back. One thing to note is that there is a fee associated with these loans, so you do just want to compare prices before you take out a loan like this. You can also look into something that is a bit similar and is called a secured credit card. And with a secured credit card, you pay a deposit, and essentially that deposit is going to be your line of credit. So you can use this card like a credit card, and you're supposed to pay off the balance every single month. If you don't pay, you lose your initial deposit, and if you do pay, you get your money back. And it is very crucial that you make payments on your secured credit card because, again, it is tied to your credit. So if you make those payments every month, then you're good. Your credit score will go up. But if you don't make those payments, then your credit score can decrease. And the last thing is always to check your credit report for errors. So your credit report is going to be a statement that has all the information about your credit. It'll have all of your credit activity, your current credit circumstances, your loan payment history, as well as the status of your credit accounts. Now, it's so important to check your credit report for any errors because errors can result in a lower credit score. Now, 1 in 5 customers have errors on their credit report. That just goes to show you how common errors can be. And if those errors are corrected, that could potentially lead to increases of their credit score. Now, there was a study done by the Federal Trade Commission that showed 5% of the people in their study had a mistake on their credit report that was severe enough that it lowered their credit score and resulted in them paying higher interest rates. So don't sleep on your credit report. Definitely make sure you check it. You can always get a free credit report every single year on annualcredit.com. So those are some ways that you can build your credit without getting into debt. These tips are really helpful for the person who doesn't have a lot of credit history or maybe doesn't have an amazing credit score and wants to really boost their credit score any way possible. So let me know in the comments below if you have used any of these methods to boost your credit score. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.